Hello everybody, this is the Ghoulish Gamer here, bringing you another singles battle video on the ranked ladder. So, apologize, I am still kind of whispering into the mic here, I kind of need to be a little bit quiet, but in the last one we had a nice easy win. I was having some technology issues, but we should be all set and ready to go here. Let's hop into the next battle. I've been really enjoying this team here. This is still the same team that I had kind of cobbled together, minus a few changes. But it's been serving us well until we get in the Master Ball tier. My goal is to hopefully just have this team take us all the way through, and then we'll do a proper team build later, at which point it would be a good example to finally do my team building guide, which I am planning on doing for a new series. Got a lot of big goals here. I am quite busy, unfortunately. I work a couple days a week full time, so I'm trying to do these videos on the side. And I also got some big projects outside of that too, outside of work, that are not video related. So kind of got a lot of stuff in the works here, but again, I've just been really enjoying hopping into Pokemon Champions, getting back into competitive Pokemon, and I'm really hoping to keep it going. So taking a look at their team there, pretty threatening. This is going to be a little bit of a difficult matchup for us here. We see Rotom Heat, which is not great for Scizor. Garchomp's going to be very good. Meowscarada is basically positioned well against almost every single one of their Pokemon except for the Rotom Heat. So I think that Meowscarada lead makes the most sense to me. It's going to be a little bit tricky if they break Hippowdon. That's going to break our Focus Sash, which is a little bit unfortunate. The other thing I could do is lead Azumarill, since Azumarill is also positioned really well. And then we could just switch out. So what I'm thinking is maybe we'll lead Azumarill just on the off chance that they lead with Hippowdon. We'll have a better matchup there. Sometimes we'll see that. And then I do want to bring Sylveon too, since they've got some pretty strong special attackers. Half their team is special attackers with the Rotom, Primarina, and the Gengar. So just having our special defensive tank to be able to handle those Pokemon a little bit better, I think is going to be really good. Sylveon also has Psyshock, which is going to be good into the Gengar too. Getting super effective and hitting on the physical side is going to be nice. And I think that we'll just have a much better matchup. So the other nice thing with Sylveon too is we can always go Mystical Fire, especially if we can predict them having one of their special attackers. Beautiful. Now, yes, they are electric type. Yes, that's going to do a lot of damage to us. But I think that before we get off a Volt Switch, we have a lot of pressure to just going for something like an Aqua Jet. That's going to bring them down to a really solid range for us to be able to deal with them with one of our other Pokemon. So hopefully they don't get the KO. Okay, they're going to be Citrus Berry. Good to know. Going for Willow. I'm actually fine with this. And I'm thinking what I'll go ahead and do could just sacrifice. Let's take a look at their team. We could just sacrifice their I'm forgetting where to look for things. The Azumarill, because I don't think it's really needed. I really wanted it just to have a water type to deal with the Rotom Heat. It would be nice to get the Hippowdon. That's the other tricky thing to consider. But if I go into Sylveon, then we're going to be taking some chip damage. Let's go ahead. I do want to preserve it. I think we're going to swap into the Sylveon here. Just on the off chance that they have Hippowdon, because Hippowdon is going to be super, super threatening to deal with. I know Meowscarada is super effective into Hippowdon, but it's just so physically defensive that it's going to be really hard to get around. So take about a third. Unfortunately, we do get paralyzed, which is very, very unfortunate here. We're going to heal off some of that too with leftovers, which would be nice. And then I am going to go ahead and just go for a Mystical Fire here. The idea being, okay, that actually makes up for the paralysis. I'll take that any day. And paralysis got a huge nerf if you didn't know. So now I believe it's a... I have to look at the probability. I don't know if it's a 1 in 8 chance now to be paralyzed. So very, very unlikely that we're going to actually lose our turn. Get a nice little special attack drop on the Rotom here. We are going to just drop a... I don't want them to know we have the Psyshock yet, actually. This might seem a little silly, but I'm actually going to go for Hyper Voice, even though I know it's going to be resisted here. Just so that if they go into Gengar, they don't intentionally avoid battling us here. how much did that do percentage-wise? Was that enough? You know what? The thing is, we're going to have to take a hit either way, and we can always pick them off with quick attack if this doesn't knock them out. We still should take this decently well here, because it's a stab overheat at +1, and we're still able to survive that with some chip damage. Very, very solid here. Sylveon's definitely doing its work dealing with their special attackers. Obviously, we're kind of hurting at this point, but I'm not too worried about the Azumarill being burned. Yes, it's a little bit of chip damage, but I think that if we can get off a belly drum, we're still going to be able to put some decent pressure on them. And the big thing is if they have Hippowdon in the back, I needed something to answer that. See the King Gambit coming out here. It's totally fine. Let me compare speed tiers here. I think we are... Yeah, we're base 60 speed tier, and King Gambit, I believe, is in the 50s. Yep, it is base 50. So we are naturally faster than them. They could go for a Sucker Punch here. I could just go for the quick attack to be safe, but I think I'm going to go for Mystical Fire and just see if we can get some decent damage down. Ooh, they've got some speed investment. Oh, but we're paralyzed. Wow, I'm not processing things well. Should have just gone for a quick attack just to get some damage down. Totally fine, though. At this point, I think our best chance of getting a belly drum off is just going to be going for it right now. So let's set up a belly drum and just see if we can get some decent chip. They're going to go straight for a switch. I'm fine with that. Into the Primarina. We're positioned decently well here. I think that low kick is going to do a good amount of damage. We still have our focus sash intact. Now, Primarina is naturally faster than us, I believe. I'm thinking I might have to put some more speed. 60 base speed tier, is it? Yes. And then Azumarill is going to be in the 50s. Base 50. A lot of base 50 versus 60 speed tiering going on here. That's a lot of speed investment to be able to outspeed base 60 Pokemon with an Azumarill. But if we see a lot of these common threats here, that might not be the worst option in the world too. So we'll just kind of keep that in the back of our mind for right now. I am going to go for an Aqua Jet just to get some damage off. You know what? Yeah, Primarina is going to be able to do a decent amount with a Fairy type attack. At least this way we get some chip. So not much, but we'll take it, a respectable 31%. Actually running the Energy Ball, which I did not even know Primarina got. That is kind of terrifying, actually. And then Burn's going to take us down. It's totally fine here because we have Meowscarada. Now they might have Aqua Jet just to get some priority, which would be slightly unfortunate, but let's go for a Flower Trick and just pick them off. Yeah, we see the Aqua Jet here. They're going to break our sash. Still, I don't think a Sucker Punch going into the Meowscarada is going to knock us out, especially since we're Overgrow. So we're going to get that Dark type resist, which would be really, really nice, as we're going to maintain our Dark typing here. And then Low Kick should do a huge amount of damage. King Gambit's a pretty heavy Pokemon. And then just getting that 4x super effective damage too. We've got a really nice attack stat here. Assuming this is going to be enough to knock him out. It's really cool actually for newer players too, with the type effectiveness, them just showing you it, and then also be able to tell you if something, oh wow, King Gambit is defensive. That is damage. That is probably a loss then. We survive with 1% of our health. That is insane. Now, I'm assuming there's Sucker Punch. I'm assuming our Sucker Punch is not going to be enough to take him down from 9%, but that is the best option in my mind. I don't want to lose to a Sucker Punch. It is barely enough to squeak out the victory. Very, very close margins there, but an incredible win. I will take that. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. Meowscarada has just been exceeding my expectations through and through. Seriously, if you have not tried it out yet and you're climbing the singles ladder, I cannot recommend Meowscarada enough. Just the triple axe will put so much pressure on all the Pokemon that are 4x weak to ice types. You got some great coverage options. It's an excellent focus sash user, which is one of the best items in the game. Definitely try out Meowscarada if you haven't yet. We'll go ahead and call that now for the video here, but thank you so much for watching, and more battle videos coming on the way soon. Ghoulish Gamer out.